I am taking a coaching class with Shane Sterling from Raw Vegan Rising, and I am so excited about it that I just started yesterday, but I watched the video replay from last week, and he gave everybody an assignment. He said, make a video of yourself angry. And at first, I think about anger as this negative emotion. Like, I don't want to show people that I'm angry. Who am I going to turn off? What's my mom going to think if she sees me angry at the world? But anger is such a positive emotion. I've really come to understand this over the last few months. I read Brene Brown's book, Atlas of the Heart. She talks about anger, and currently reading The Mountain is You. Both books explain that anger is a catalyst for change. It's something good. When you feel angry, you don't get angry and stay angry at the world. You get angry and then you change the situation to compassion, to love, to whatever you're really feeling and what you really want the outcome. So staying angry can be bad for you, but getting angry is a fantastic emotion. And some people think it's a secondary emotion that can fuel or is caused by something negative happening in your life, but can fuel a very positive growth. So there are a number of things that I am angry about. I had to sit with it for a minute and think, what am I angry about? What is it that gets me about this world? Because there's so much wrong, right? But what really touches me, what really gets me, what makes me well up with tears, frustration, is when I see people, including myself, when I look in the mirror, and I think of people who are not reaching their full potential. When I see people who are not reaching their full potential because of systemic failures. I'm an electrician. Fantastic. It's a great skill to know. It's a good way to feed your family. It is not my passion. Why am I an electrician? I'm an electrician because it's how I feed my family. It's the way that I put bread on the table. But it is not me living up to my full potential. I know guys who are fantastic electricians. This is what they were put on earth to do, to turn a wrench, to make mechanical connections. They know the width and the millimeters of the wires. They know the codes. They know exactly how things function. They are so mechanical. They just love it. And I always say, these are the guys you want to talk to. Unfortunately, a lot of times those guys have problem looking you in the eye and telling you or explaining anything to you. So I do good in this business because I can communicate with people. But really, what I was put on this earth to do was to love people, to help others, to gain their full potential. And I am not doing that in the fullest capacity that I could because I am being oppressed by money, by taxes, for a long time, self-worth issues because of all this propaganda that's been thrown at me, because I suffered with some addictions that were very negative that I've had to break free from because of garbage that I've eaten. I ate party pizzas and taquitos and bagel bites and pizza pockets for 25, 30 years of my life. And what that did to my gut, I had poor gut. My brothers would make fun of me. You got a bad gut. I don't have a bad gut. I was eating garbage. It's surprising that I'm not dead or have some crazy autoimmune condition or cancer or some kind of crazy acidosis coming out of my body, terrible eczema or something like that. I see so many people with these things, and it's because we're being fed junk food, the unhealthiest, most subsidized, cheapest food is what is most available. And what it does to people's gut-brain connection, the self-worth issues that people suffer because of what is constantly being put in their face, the oppression that occurs amongst people, makes me angry. I want to help people. This is the catalyst for change. I want to help people to reach their full potential. And for whatever reason, for why they don't have it. Maybe it's because of their diet and lifestyle, because they're eating junk food. I want to help people shift and transition from that because it makes me so frustrated that you can't afford to eat healthy, but you can walk a mile for cigarettes. That you can't afford to eat healthy, but you can afford to buy absolute junk or waste your money on things that are going to harm you. And that's not your fault. That's not nobody's fault, but it's most people don't even realize what is happening to them. I hate the fact that fast food companies can use red and yellow to advertise. And so at the end of the day, as a construction worker, when I am hungry and at my most vulnerable, if I'm tired and work long or something went bad at work, and I'm on my way home, I hate that these colors are flashing at me. And this is what's pulling me in towards fast food. I hate that. I hate that the medical system is set up for people to remain chronically ill. I heard this saying about the standard American diet, SAD, and it really does make you sad. You get on the standard American diet, and then you get a standard American disease. So you go to see a standard American doctor who gives you a standard American diagnosis. And then you die this standard American death. And it's so sad to see it happening. And I know you can't live forever. We're not living forever, trying to extend our life. You only get so many years, right? But it's not about lifespan. It's about health span. And I hate seeing people's health degenerate as they get old. Healthy man to decrepit man. I hate that. It's so sad. And the fact that we don't have a system for men to support other men, that it's so taboo to talk about your feelings, and we're not taught how to hold space or be empathetic with one another. We don't do eye gazing because that's gay or because you're a weirdo if you do that. We don't help each other out. We don't do two-person interactions where we dance in this country. I hate the atomification of our system. Where I live 2,000 miles away from my parents, and that's completely normal. For me and my wife to live alone in a house with a dog, and we neuter our dog, and he's not going to have any kids, and we don't have any kids, because that's normal. That's what people are doing, and that's how I was raised. Now I'm 40 years old, and honestly, we'd be a high-risk pregnancy, but this is what was taught. And also, my wife has not feeling good, fighting autoimmune stuff because of what's sprayed on our fields and because of the system she worked in. I hate that she doesn't feel good and yet ate healthy her entire life. I hate that my coworker ate healthy and his wife packs him a little lunch to help him feel good. And it's a turkey sandwich. That's what we're feeding to people to help them feel good. And this guy is crazy. He was insane because every day he's eating absolute junk, hurting his gut-brain connection. I hate that he has to deal with that. This guy was a master craftsman, but he can't interact with other people because his gut-brain connection's all off. And he's just inundated with this political garbage that gets thrown at people. And he's not going to hit his full potential. He's working for somebody else, wiring their houses. He doesn't get to express his full craftsmanship. That's what frustrates me. That's what I'm angry about. And I want to be a catalyst for change. That anger is a catalyst for change. I believe that I have the ability. I believe I'm working with the right people. This is the right group to help change that anger into something positive. I'm not talking about changing the whole world, just changing myself, changing these frustrating underlying things that have caused failure in my life and turning all of these experiences into something positive and creating a group of people that want to reach their full potential. And we have ways to do that. So many tools. I hate that those tools aren't taught in first, second, third grade. We should know how to empathize. We should know how to deal with trauma, with grief, with loss, how to eat healthy, where emotions get trapped, how to muscle test, how to do emotional complex clearing, how to read the irises of the eye, how to look for infection in fingernails, how to have proper dental health, how to breathe properly. There's so many things. Why aren't we taught this growing up? It's so frustrating. That's what I'm angry about. And that's what's going to fuel growth, I hope.